I'm Sam and this is my podcast. It's episode 48 and it's about knitting and crochet. Sometimes I talk about sewing, but I haven't got any sewing things to share with you today. But yeah, I'm Betsymakes here on YouTube, on Instagram, Facebook, and on my Etsy shop is Betsymakes. So yeah, I'm Betsymakes most places. I'm the Sewing Mistress too on Twitter, so that's the only one that's different. Thanks for joining me today. I feel like such a fraud because I haven't recorded a podcast in ages, and as usual because of that I feel like I have no clue what I'm doing. I've tried to start this several times already today and just get myself in a mess. I don't like setting up for a podcast because I think I probably would record more often if I had a dedicated space where everything was set up already and I could just sit down, put my phone on and start recording. But I don't have that, and you know, I change where I record. I have to balance my phone on different things. At the moment it's a child's chair balanced against a Barbie toy bed, so it's not very professional, and quite frankly it bothers me because I wish I was all professional and organised and consistent and frequent and regular with my podcasting, but I'm not. So take me as you find me. So because I haven't recorded for ages, I've got quite a lot to talk about. I feel quite overwhelmed by that fact. So I'm probably going to break things down a bit. Just do section at a time. So I will start with some finished objects because it will give a bit of continuity with my last recording. Yeah, so I'll start with my leaves and lace blanket. This is all finished and done. Let me show you. The pattern is from this book, Mandalas to Crochet by Nan Linson. And this is the picture in the book. I think I will insert my own photographs as well because I'm not going to be able to show you properly. I'll just hold it up a bit here. You can see the edging, which is nice. I've followed the pattern to the T actually. I haven't made any modifications at all. I've got some two-tone, let me show you that one. I've got some two-tone motifs. There's one there, there's another two-tone one. There's another one. Where I just didn't have quite enough of the colour, and rather than waste it, I decided to include it. This is beautiful. Like I say, I will insert a photo, I think, because you're going to see it better. But it is a lovely, lovely blanket. It's made with cotton. It is paint box yarns, cotton DK, mostly. There's some other cottons in there, but the majority is the paint box cotton DK. And that yarn comes in so many lovely colours that you could easily make this just in that yarn. Look at all the beautiful colours. It's taken me a little while to make this because obviously it is a really big project. But I do love it. I enjoyed making it. I love the fact that there's lots of different colours there. It looks nice in my daughter's bedroom, which is all white. There's a pop of colour in there. So that's where I took the photographs. Each motif, as you can see, is bordered with the natural colours, like an off-white. Oh, I'm so glad I finished this though, it's lovely. Like, I had it all folded up nicely and now it's all a mess again. I like that colour. So that's that one done. I'll show you the edging again because you would never have seen that before, even though I've talked about this blanket on the podcast. But yeah, I like cotton. I like cotton blankets. I like the feel. I like working with cotton, with crochet. I know that one isn't paint box yarns, this brown paint box yarns, the brown one. I know that's Rowan cotton glass, I think. But yeah, the majority is the paint box yarns cotton DK. So that's that done. Just a reminder, this is the book that it's from. And it's published by Search Press, so you can go on Search Press website and order it, as far as I know, but I think it's probably available on Amazon as well. So that's my first finished thing that I wanted to show you. The next one is the top I finished. Now the pattern for this is called the Parma Violet Tea, and it's been designed by Kath Webber, and it's from Inside Crochet Mag, issue 113. There we go. That's it finished. I was wearing this earlier today. When I tried to record this podcast earlier and then I got fed up and thought, I can't do this, and went to Tesco's to do the shop instead, which was just as traumatic. But you can see it like that, actually, that's nice. It's got the centre panel detail, it's a crochet top. This plain is just the trebles one way and double crochets the other way. Yeah. The yarn is, I hold it like that, sometimes it blows out. It's a nice jade colour, and it's Debbie Bliss Piper in colour jade. It's nice and soft. Again, it's cotton. And I like the top, it's come out a bit big actually. And I'm not sure that I like it on me, but I do think that about a lot of things actually. So there's a trouble when you're making stuff, you can't try it on and look in the mirror before you commit to it. You're committed as soon as you've bought the yarn and done your first starting chain, really. I love the design. I think it's really, really nice. Yeah, it's all right actually. It's a bit see-through, so I've got like a little nude coloured camisole top that I wear underneath. I did get a bit confused with the pattern. I think that's probably because I wasn't reading it properly. I finished this a while ago, so I'm trying to remember bits about it, but I do remember that the back in the pattern is the same stitch count as the front. It's just literally a back and a front. But I noticed that my back was coming out a lot wider, and I think it's something to do with the fact that the back doesn't have the centre panel. The back is just plain. So I did reduce my stitch count down so that it would be the same size, or the same width as the front. Yeah, I don't know. It's made me really think about knitting and crocheting garments, because whilst I've made quite a lot, and I do enjoy doing them, and I always want to do them. Like I say, if you don't like them at the end when you've spent that much time, because I still like the design just as much as when I first decided to make it, I'm just not sure that I like it on me. Don't know that it suits me. It's quite low at the front here, which I don't want to cover myself up. I suppose I could wear a long sleeve t-shirt underneath, maybe I'd feel better. But yeah. The next thing I finished, which is beautiful, This is my Ziggy Interrupted scarf, and it's designed by Sandra Cherry Heart, who's my lovely friend and the best crochet designer in the world, apart from all the other fantastic crochet designers in the world. Can you see those lovely tassels? This is a label I got from, I think it's JS Laser Crafts. It's got Betsymakes on there. So on, so that's cute. It's a bit of a finishing touch. I've not worn this scarf yet, but so I will wear it once. It's just, at the moment here in Bedford, UK, it's just wet. We have had some nice autumn days, but most of the time it's just wet and rainy and miserable. A bit like me, actually. I'm not my usual self. Things aren't going too well in my personal life. I won't go into detail because I can't really. Don't think it's appropriate. But yeah, I'm going to be honest and say that I'm struggling a bit. And I think that's why I'm struggling with podcasting, because it's not an easy thing to do. So anyway, I'm not fishing for sympathy or anything like that, just trying to explain myself. Yeah, isn't this beautiful? The yarn I used was from Stash. Let me try and remember. This I dyed myself, it's like a peachy colour. That's from Sarah's Texture Crafts. She doesn't dye or sell yarn anymore. That's from the Wool Barn. She does, and Maya does fantastic stuff. What's that one? Life in the Long Grass, I think colour Rose Hip. And this one is, I think it's called Remember Me by Herb's Black Regina, which I haven't seen around for a bit either, so I don't know if she's still trading. Love the tassels, aren't they fantastic? Yeah, that's worked out really well. I don't know whether holding it up like that is any better for you or not. Hope so. Okay, well, I'm going to stop filming now and see how this has come out, and maybe add another section of works in progress. Hey, as you probably can tell, I've moved locations. The kids are home from school, so they're all in the rest of the house. So I thought I'd come into my craft room, which is a bit more of a usual location for recording, and show you my works in progress. I've got a few things on the go. I don't feel like I'm making much progress on anything at the moment, just the way I'm feeling really, but hopefully as I show you the things I'm making, I'll get a bit more enthusiastic. So the first thing is I'm working on a pair of socks. I've done one already. This is almost finished, this one, except I haven't done my ends. I've got quite a lot of ends to do because they are striped actually in an ombre fashion. This is a pattern I've just made up myself actually. I've started with a 2x2 twisted rib, which I really like that. I think it looks lovely. And then I've done this sort of knit and purl pattern, which I'm calling it the warp and weft socks because it reminds me of when you weave things in and out. So the warp and the weft. I've done a German short row heel on here, which I've never done one before. I've done a fish lips kiss heel, but this is a German short row heel and I really, really like it. It's a lot easier to do, I find. I've used various YouTube tutorials to show me how to do this one. I really like it. It fits nice as well. And then I've just done a rounded toe. But as you can see, it's ombre with the darkest colour in the middle where the heel is. It's yarn I dyed actually. I just got 5 20-gram minis, and you basically using the same colour dye but at different strengths to get the ombre effect. I have started the second sock as well, just that you can see. I love this 2x2 twisted rib, and yeah, just working my way down the leg there. Magic loop, which is my standard these days, never used to be but it is now, on my Chiaogu red lace, nice and flexible cable on there, 2.25. So they're going really well. I half intend to write the pattern up, but I don't make any promises at this stage because I'm not quite sure how things will be going. But yeah, so they're working out quite nice actually. You just get a really nice texture, and with the hand dyeing you never get a complete solid colour, so it kind of got a heathery effect which I really like. And I mean, this colour is sort of aubergine colour going to the lilac-y purple there. Yeah, so I really like these. Yeah, I'll have one little, I think I'll finish the socks off and then just do all the ends in one go, so have a session doing them. But yeah, I'm thinking actually, because the pattern is so textured, might be easier to hide the ends as I weave them in. But yeah, so they're my warp and weft socks that I am very pleased with. You could do it all in one colour actually, you wouldn't have to have an ombre effect. Yeah, you could, that would look nice I think. Or you could do it scrappy, because each pattern repeat is one colour, so you get, so it says 5 colours altogether. But yeah, delighted with those. So they're on my needles at the moment, little knitting. I'll show you something else. I think I'll show you crochet now. Ooh, there we go. Got a basket of crochet goodness there. So again, this is a little motif that I've just come up with, quite simple really. And this will be, it's only just started, but it will be a scarf. So obviously that's the width I'm going to do, and then I'll just continue making the little motifs until it's long enough. I've started doing the middles, so I've been working on those, got some nice gold ones as well. Got quite a few of those. I think I worked out that I need about 12 full motifs in each colour. I'll show you the colours I've got actually. Let me just move my bags off there. It's this yarn, Little Boats I think the translation is, but it's Stonewash by Sheepsies. I think it's Little Boats, but it's lovely because it's, again, it's not a solid colour, so I've got quite a few different ones in there. I've bought the plain creamy white one in case I feel like I might do a border, but haven't fully decided yet. So yeah, I've got a few nice ones in there. This is nice, it's a bit of paper with all my workings out on. Yeah, all my labels there, but yeah, I'm just sort of making the middles at the moment. I've actually done some weaving in of ends on those ones, and then because I'm doing it this way because I'm actually joining as I go rather than sewing them together. I'll show you the back actually, so you can see that as I'm doing this, the final round on the second colour, I'm joining it to the rest of it. So I thought if I get all my middles done, and then I can work on my colour placement, I think easier. So yeah, that's the plan anyway. Just put this back in there. Yeah, that will just be a slow going project. Nothing's fast around here, but it's quite nice. It's nice. I've got a fair bit of knitting on at the moment, so it is nice to have a bit of crochet to mix things up and a little bit of a difference. So that's quite nice to work on. And I have started a jumper as well. I've got it in this nice bag. I'm trying to remember who. I got this bag at a yarn festival once, ages ago, I think. Can't remember. I think it was this. I wish there was a label on it so I could remember who made it, but it's great. It's got the stocking stitch print and the garter stitch print, which is really nice. I like this bag a lot. Now the jumper I'm making is by Petite Knits, and it's called, let me just get the front page to show you, the No Frills Sweater. So I've just printed it off in black and white there. So it is literally a very basic sweater, no sort of lacy pattern or anything like that. It's just straightforward pattern, but it's really nice. This was actually gifted to me on my birthday by lovely Natalie. Thank you, Natalie. That's really kind of you. You always remember my birthday. It's really kind. She gifted me that, and my birthday was back in June, and at the time I was visiting my eldest daughter in Lancaster, where she was just finishing off her university. And I did visit a couple of really nice yarn shops while I was there, which I have spoken about before, but I went into Ethel and M. I'd been in there the day before, and then I went back on my birthday to purchase the yarn to make the jumper, because it had come through as an email on Ravelry, because Natalie had bought it for me, which was kind. So I thought, right, I'm going to go and get the yarn to go with it. So I bought this Adria Phil Sierra Andina, and it's just beautiful. It's 100% alpaca, and it's just the softest, most beautiful. Look at the halo on it. Isn't it gorgeous? And I can tell you, it's really, really soft. It's beautiful. So I've started making the jumper, knitted jumper, sweater, if you want to call it that. I'm just going to be careful because I don't want it to lose any stitches. Knitting in the round. You do ribbing. I chose to do twisted rib, but you can just do normal straight knit one, purl one, and then you've got the increases on here where the raglan sleeves are. But also in the pattern it gets you to do some short rows to make the back higher than the front, which is good because it sits better on the body if the back's a bit higher than the front neck. The back neck's up there, the front neck's there. And that was German for short rows as well. I'm quite pleased how it's come out. It looks quite neat and tidy, doesn't it? Obviously, you know, no blocking has taken place yet because I've only just started it. Do you know what? This is so soft. It's beautiful. It's a lovely, lovely soft yarn. So I am really pleased with this. In fact, I think you can just about see the last turn there and there, which comes towards the front. I'm hoping that will block out a little bit so you can sort of see it, but I'm not too offended by that. I think it will be fine. What was I going to say? I know what I was going to say. I mean, it's very straightforward and simple. I'm at the stage where one round you increase for, you know, within each side of this raglan stitch, and the next round is just a knit round. So it's very simple and basic, but I do have to keep my eye on myself. I'm sure I probably have increased where I didn't need to, and not when I should have. And it's make one left, make one right, which I always have to think about. So maybe at some places I've done a left when I should have done a right, and vice versa. But on the whole, I think it's fine. And I don't think, I mean, I probably have made a couple of mistakes in there, but you can't really tell. So that's going to be really nice, isn't it, when it's done? It is lovely, but there's a little bit of alpaca hair in my mouth there. So yeah, that's going reasonably well. I think I bought 10 of these altogether. So not cheap, but it's just such a luxurious, beautiful yarn. It's a pleasure to knit, just simple knit stitches, round and round. Because the yarn is so gorgeous, it's an absolute pleasure. Obviously I have just been talking about the problems with knitting and crocheting garments and how they fit and how they look on you when you're finished and after you've committed yourself to so much time and effort making them. So hopefully that will be all right. I'm hoping it'll be a little bit oversized. I don't want it to be too big and baggy, because I think it'll be it's a fairly loose gauge on it. So I actually don't know if I've got gauge at all. I've not even checked. But I think because I've knitted a bit, I think I will take a moment and then I can follow the size that best fits the gauge I've already achieved. I think that's the best thing to do. Yeah, I want it to be a little bit oversized, but I don't want it to be too big and baggy. So yeah, we'll see how that gets on. I am actually still working on my Caravan of Love shawl, which I think I'll just go and get now to show you. Oh, hang on, it's here. More organised than I thought. An old bag I made ages ago. This is a lovely little thing from my friend Sandra. She crocheted that for me, gifted it to me one time. So Caravan of Love shawl. I've been working on this one for a bit. It's by the lovely Emma of Potter and Bloom, who's always an inspiration. And yeah, I've kind of stalled on this section. I was doing quite well from the little bit, working my way up through the different sections. And now I'm on the garter stitch stripe, which is just getting longer and longer rows because it's increasing all the time. But this is nice. It's going to be a really nice one, isn't it? Oh yeah. Yeah, so I haven't had this out of the bag for ages actually. It's amazing. I've said this before, when you get your projects out to show on the podcast, it inspires you to carry on making them. But yeah, you basically knit that section until you've run out of yarn, and I've got still quite a bit left. So this is Matushka yarns in Follow the Yellow Brick Road, and this is Teasel by Biff Sugar Yarns, and they're both singles. I think this one's got silk in, and that's 100% merino. They do work well together. I like the greyness of that one, but it's still got pops of colour in, which is exciting and pretty. Yeah. I'm sorry if I was a bit miserable earlier. My daughter has been around today and she's cheered me up. So, yeah. You know, the ebb and flow of life and all that. But anyway, so that's all my works in progress, and I hopefully will be back again with some shop talk. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Hello again. I'm back now to do a bit of shop talk and show you what is available in my Etsy shop right now. I did the other recording yesterday, so we're on a fresh day today. This is Friday. So yeah, I thought I might use the opportunity to show you. Before I get started on that, I will just mention the top I'm wearing, because I know I was feeling a bit frustrated with the fit of things I've made, the Parma Violet Tea. But this is something I made ages ago. Let me just get up. Oops, sorry, I did a bit of a bang there. So I really, really like this top. It's great, isn't it? Lovely. Look at this lovely pattern here. I made this ages ago. I actually went onto my Ravelry project page to see when I did it, and I haven't actually even put it on there, which is really poor of me. But for your info, it's from this issue of Pom Pom, which is issue number, no, it doesn't say, Pom Pom Quarterly. Spring 2014 anyway. But it's this issue, obviously this is the pattern on the front, and the pattern is called Water Lily. It's by Megan Fernandez. There's another nice picture there. And it's lovely, and I actually do want to make another one, which I have thought right from the start, but yeah, it's higher here, so it hides my wrinkly chest, and yeah, it's got this Latvian braid thing over here, which is nice. I can't remember the yarn I used. It was a commercial yarn, 4-ply. Let's take a sip of my coffee. So yeah, I'm feeling a bit cheerier today, guys. Hopefully I haven't depressed you too much. So on to shop talk. Just a few things in the shop. I'll start with a bag. I've got a lovely autumn bag with, so it's got this golden corduroy base there. It's lovely and soft, and I just love this print. We've got the falling leaves, the berries, pine cones, some corn there, and some other berries. Oh, I just think it's lovely. I just love it. I've lined it in a nice golden spotty fabric. It's a drawstring, as you may already have noticed. And I've used a really, really soft wadding so that it can all just crunch down for you to go in your handbag if you're out and about. You can still use it as a little bucket if you want to. It's cute, really cute. But I love autumn, it's my favourite season. If you've been following me on Instagram or watched this podcast before, you probably know that. It's definitely my favourite season. So yeah, so I've got a few of those in the shop. I haven't got any other bag stuff actually, don't know why. I think I've just been too busy dyeing yarn. So let me show you what I've got. We're approaching Halloween, aren't we? Because what is the date today? It is the 18th of October 2019. So Halloween's at the end of this month. So I've dyed up some spooky minis. So we've got two 20 grams in the red and black and the all black. And then we've got, these are 10 grams each with the green, orange and purple. I just thought that made a really nice set. It's all on the Perfect Sock base, which is the standard merino nylon blend. And there's all sorts of things you could do with that. I have actually pinched a pack of these and I'm using them for a little amigurumi toy, which I will show you perhaps next time because I've only just started that. But I was thinking of a scrappy pair of socks, thinking for this, for the ribbon, the main sock colour in the black, and then striping these like 2 rows per colour, alternating with the black near the top of the sock, you know, just under the rib, and then just before you get to the toe. So feel free to steal that idea if you want to, because I don't think I'll be doing it, but I do think it would be great. A pair of scrappy socks. So yeah, so they're in the shop now. Spooky Halloween colours. I really like them. Black shade. It is black. I know it looks grey because you get the, but I just like it. I think it's lovely. So they are available. I've got a couple of things on a new base. I've called it the Halo Sock. So if I show you what I've got two colours at the moment on this base. This is Arctic Fox's Friend, because I did do some Arctic Fox colourway on the Perfect Sock base, which is now sold out, and I loved it. Thought I'd repeat that. Couldn't find my notes that I made for what colours I used, so I guessed, and then found my notes and realised that I was quite close, but I was one colour out. So it is very similar, but I thought I'd better give it a different name in case, you know, just for clarification. So that's Arctic Fox's Friend with the teals and the browns in there. And this is Burnt Rose, which is the pinks with the browns in as well. And the base, like I say, is, I've called it Halo Sock. Can you see there's a halo on there? And what that is the kid mohair. So this is 55% superwash merino, 20% kid mohair, and 25% nylon. So it is something that can be used for socks, or obviously shawls and jumpers and sweaters as well. But I just really like it. I just thought that would be interesting. You can even see the fluffy bits there, sort of. Yeah. Oh yeah. So they are available. I've got some colours dyed up on the Perfect Sock base. I've done Mother's Day before. It's a bit of a favourite, quite popular. So there's some of those in the shop. What's this? This is Coffee on the Pier again. That's nice, got some speckles in there. Suffragette. Yeah, Suffragette. Purples and greens and whites. Suffragette colours. And a bit of a favourite, Harvest Moon. So again, that's on the Perfect Sock base, which is, well, I should read it, shouldn't I? 75% merino, 25% nylon, standard stock. Standard stock blend. I have also, for the first time, dyed some mohair. So far I've got these colours, but I plan to add some more in. And they do work quite well with some of the others. Look, that goes well together, doesn't it? And this one goes nicely with the Suffragette. It's a nice combination there. This one goes nice with the Burnt Rose. So if you plan to put them together, my personal favourite, Cinnamon Spice with Harvest Moon. And I've actually caked some of this up. This is a 20-gram skein, okay? And there's 168 metres on there. So, for example, the Perfect Sock, which is 100 grams, is 425 metres. 20 grams is 168 metres. And it's 72% fine kid mohair and 28% silk. So it's lovely. Now, because I've not used this before and dyed it before, I wanted to make sure it was okay, and I was concerned about it knotting when it was being caked, because it's so fluffy, like so fluffy. I was concerned that the fluff would tangle with the other fluff on the different bits and it would basically stick to itself. And I was really worried about this, so I caked some up. And I am delighted to tell you, absolutely delighted to tell you, that it was a dream to cake up. It didn't tangle or snag or anything. You still have to be careful. I used a Swift and a, what's it called? You can't see that, but it's the ball winder. And it just behaved itself. It didn't knot or snag on itself. And I think that's because it's got silk in it. It's so beautiful. It is beautiful. So yeah, I just love these two together. Don't you? They're sold separately. Feel free to put both in your basket though. Yeah, like I say, these go together well as well. So yes, I've been having lots of fun dyeing up yarn. So it's all in the shop now. I'm not doing an actual update. I'm still on Etsy for the moment. I have been trying to move over to my own personal website, and I've just had difficulties. It's not my forte, as it were. So I still intend to move over to my own website at some point. Although the reason being is that Etsy can be a bit expensive. But having said that, I still think Etsy is a good platform. It's really good for if you've got, you're starting out and you just want an online shop. Etsy do look after you. Yes, they're expensive, and there's controversy about the way they will prioritise the listings. Basically, they want you to do it with free shipping, but that's all very well, but it's not really free shipping, because the the sellers will always just add the shipping into the overall price of the item. So I'd rather just be more transparent and say, this costs this much, that's how much it will cost me to send it to you, that's what you pay. But Etsy obviously don't see it like that, and they want people to be attracted by the free shipping. So when I move over to my own website, when that will ever happen, I'll just have a standard one price for everything. So if you do order quite a big lot, your shipping will be quite cheap, but it swings and roundabouts because you're ordering a lot, so I'm happy to ship it and take some of the cost of that, if that makes sense. I'm no businesswoman. I wish I was. My business is relatively successful, but it's very small scale really. But as you know, I work as well, so I haven't got that much time to dedicate it to it, unfortunately. I just love this. It's like a little pot of honey. What do you think? Thank you so much for staying with me today. I hope you've enjoyed what I've brought to you. And I would like to think that I'll be back soon with some more podcasting, but we'll see. Take care of yourself, stay well, stay happy, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Catch up and crochet. Come in, let's catch up and crochet.